I think it's more about having a radar on what they want and what they love, and just remaining a big kid at all times. Like, I am a big kid, so I'm able to channel that energy of a young adult, of an adult my age, and then kids in general. Because like I say, I love to educate and elevate, and there's things that I went through that I try to prepare them for, or try to keep them away from, or give them different advantages that I didn't have.
Yes, this is it. Hell yeah.
Congratulations on you.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yes, you know.
Say, man, more education you have, the more resources you'll be able to, use in this industry. Like, find out more, research, study, try to get as much knowledge, and then get some experience. Go out there and make a few mistakes, try things on your own, create your own businesses. And, failures makes mistakes, and then mistakes turn into, success. That's what it all becomes. Everybody that's successful has had failure, they've made mistakes, but they became successful. So take that.
It's just an extraordinary experience. You don't do anything expecting anyone to see anything that you do. That's not why I do it, certainly. And to have had the response online the way that it has happened is pretty remarkable. You know what? I just walked in with him lockstep and let him kind of do his thing and just listened with love in my heart, and we had a great time doing it.
You don't. You just keep going. You can never top a gracious moment like this. Demir is a once-in-a-lifetime moment of privilege, and I would never want to top it. I would just love to create new things from it, if anything.
Congrats to you. Lovely you.
One of my most surprising moments was when I interviewed one of my heroes, the journalist Louis Theroux, and I asked him a question based on a documentary I watched years ago of his. I asked him if he remembered any of the rap that he did in this gangster rap documentary he made, and then that kind of created a viral TikTok sound, the jiggle jiggle sound on TikTok that went completely viral, had a whole dance to it, and I never would have imagined something like that. That really surprised me.
I think what makes Questlove Supreme is that we're five nerds that really ask we delve deep on creativity, which oftentimes artists aren't asked, well, what was the inspiration behind this? Or even, what do you do as a creative? First thing I ask people is, what was your introduction to music? What was your first musical memory? Or what's the first creative thing that you ever did as a child? So artists are rarely asked about their craft. It's always about their lifestyle or what they're doing in their life, but I think that's why people embrace us.
Well, first off, it's an incredible honor to be here. We are a pro-democracy, community-driven podcast show and overall network, and we just try to amplify basic human values and principles of empathy, love, respect, and we do it with hard-hitting content each and every day.
What do you have to add to that?
Nothing, I'm just really grateful for the Webbies, honestly. They were at the forefront of the digital thing. I think people are just now realizing kind of after the past election, hey, this internet thing is actually kind of important and getting a message out. We're like, welcome to the club. But the Webbies have been here since, 1998, I believe. I think that's before the internet even existed somehow. They've been here, but they've been at the forefront of it, and we're just honored to be a part of this history right here.
Yeah, when I think about it, I think it's interesting, and I almost feel a little bad because I tried an idea that just worked online, and it's almost like a whole industry of just paper and print, and people who were doing it before didn't catch on as quickly. But I think it's just an easy, more digestible way to consume the things we like to watch and see.
You know what? A lot of things that I do in Congress seem to be outside the mold of what most people are used to seeing in Congress, including cussing people out. But nevertheless, we are living in different times, and I'm so honored to have the opportunity to earn this award, but more specifically to have the president and the CEO of the NAACP be the one to present it. As a civil rights lawyer, it could not mean more for that storied organization to recognize that we are expanding how we organize, but the mission still remains the same. So very excited to earn it in collaboration with the NAACP.
You know what? Hold a little lower.
The lowest.
You like that?
Spring and
Yeah, a little spring in that thing. Okay.
You know what? I oftentimes, as I've had an opportunity to do 2 commencements in the last 2 weeks, I talk about the blood that runs through our veins and our DNA. As a black woman standing here knowing that I was only the 55th black woman to be elected to Congress, I feel like it is an obligation on my life. I didn't get here by myself. I got here with a lot of sacrifice. So the idea that I would kind of bend the knee or just waffle, it's not who I am. It's not in my DNA. I think that it is my obligation to make sure that I stand up and make sure that there are opportunities for the generation that is coming up behind me.
101010 like code.